Well, hello everybody. These babies are 2 weeks old tomorrow, and the Barred Rocks, as always, are the bravest and the smartest of all of them at this point. I have a little hurt girl. Do you see her holding her foot up over there? That happened a couple of days ago. That hock joint is swollen, it's noticeably larger and a little reddish. So she got hurt in here. You see she hops around, but it was not like that at hatch, and just showed up a couple days ago. I don't know what is wrong. I think it's presenting like an injury, not like a slipped tendon. A slipped tendon, it would basically, the joint would be loose and it would be kind of like swiveling out to the side. I've had slipped tendon years and years ago in a hatch for some, I don't know, I can't remember what bird that was in. I think it was an Americana that I hatched from a breeder. But in any case, these little guys are really healthy, and they're starting to show the sex and the color a little bit more on the babies. I have a splash partridge pair. I'm going to keep the little girl. I'm pretty sure it's a little girl. I'm going to keep the little girl. It's so hot in here, I turn off the heat lamp. It's just too hot. It's warm today. I had to put this big feeder in here because the little long feeder, they were just dumping feed like crazy. They dump a little bit, but this water heater pan keeps most of it contained. I have to stir around the shavings over there. But that little girl, she spends a lot of time sitting down, and I've let them out over the last couple of days. They've gotten to go outside, and she hops around and she digs around and acts normal. If she can keep going and she's okay, and she manages to locomote on her own, even with a limp or with, I'm hoping the swelling will go down and she'll eventually start putting some weight on it. It's hard at this age. It's real hard at this age because leg injuries, as a rule, take a long time to heal. And at this age, I just don't know if it's going to. She may have a permanent limp. If she does recover, that joint's going to be a little weak, and she'll need to be in a layer flock only, because she doesn't need a giant rooster jumping her bones. That joint will always have a weakness to it. This little girl right here, that little girl, that splash girl, I think, or she's either that or light blue. There's a male over there who is a splash. I'm about to sell most of these in about a week. So I'm going to stand up. My knees are about to give out on me. I was squatting down there. I have nowhere to sit in here. It's warm in here, guys, isn't it? I should let you go out, but I got to go grocery shopping. I can't let you go out because I have to go grocery shopping. I know. Look at the Barred Rocks. Look at all the little Hector children. They are all so smart and so friendly. Of course they are. Yes, they are. I've got one girl, maybe two in here. In another week, I'll know for sure. These are a little harder to sex sometimes. The girls have head spots sometimes that are a little bit boyish looking. Hatchery stock is easy peasy to sex, but these guys kind of a little bit harder. My other line is almost impossible for a while. These are easier than they are, but they're not as easy as hatchery stock. But yeah, these are beautiful little babies, and I'm going to sell them. Brandy hatched herself some little babies too. She's got 5 little Brahmas, and Bonnie's due in about 6 days. So, chicks at the wazoo, huh? Yep, see, always front and center of the rocks. A friend of mine said, how come there's always a barred rock right in the front of a picture? I said, because they're always the bravest and the smartest, that's why. The Brahmas are sweet, but, you know, they take a little longer sometimes. The Barred Rocks, they are in your face. These are Hector kids. These are Hector kids, and they're always in your face. Always, always, always in your face. Yes, they are. I know, you're such an adorable little boy, but I cannot keep you. I already have your daddy, and he's enough of a handful. Yes, and that is a little girl, I think. It's a little girl. When the way you sex Brahmas, Partridge Brahmas, you pretty much have to wait for their shoulder feathers to come in. The shoulder feathers and their chest feathers, but mainly shoulder feathers. If they come in orange on the blue partridge or black on the partridge, a solid black, you have a male. If they come in patterned, you have a pullet. Same with the chest feathers. So I'm waiting for chest and shoulder feathers to be 100% sure. I think I have 5 or 6 girls of the 11 total. I'm going to keep the partridge splash partridge girl for Bash because he doesn't have that color in there. And I'm going to keep 1 Barred Rock pullet. If there's 2, I'll keep 2 because Hector needs some girls. I don't know what the fate of this little crippled girl is going to be. Sorry about the camera. I didn't have it right. I don't know what the fate of that little girl is going to be. I will try everything I can. I'm giving her extra protein and vitamins. And I'm flexing the leg so it doesn't stiffen up on her. But really, that's all I can do. And I hope it's just an injury that will be okay. She'll be soft. If I can get her to a place I feel good about rehoming her, I'm going to I have a lady I know that wants a pullet only. She can't have roosters. And I'm going to just give the girl to her. But if she's not going to be able to get around well at all, we know what that means, sadly. So, that's what we got going on today. They were having a good time outside. I give them a little dustpan in here, but they prefer the outdoors. And with a covered pen, I can take them outside. And it's been hot today. It has been hot, hot, hot. Well, guys, I'm going to see you later. We've got the garden in. I'll have to show that to you in a little bit. In the garden. Right along this fence, right next to the fence, we've planted Crowder peas. Let's scan over here. That box has sandwich tomatoes. In the corner, I've got an herb box. It's got sage and Mexican oregano, basil, and Italian flat-leaf parsley. Down there is some Roma tomatoes, some bell peppers. This is cabbage my husband decided to buy. I mulched this a little bit. We don't usually mulch it, but I'm really tired of the weeds. So he mulched it. This is our new strawberry planting bed. All these are new strawberry plants. The old plants were mixed in with wild strawberries, and they just were not producing. Down here along this, inside this, on either side of this mulch mound, one side, the top side, is a row of okra, and the bottom side is a row of honeydew melon seeds that I had from last year. There's nothing in that box there. That small box on the side over here, I put a variety of lettuce that I had from last year, seeds from last year. And my husband put some cantaloupe plants in here. I'm not sure they're going to make it. He had 5 cantaloupe plants, and I just don't know that they're going to make it. They don't look so hot to me. They don't look so darn hot to me. It's really hot. They're wilted in the sun. And up here, there are 3 crookneck squash plants. And this is just a walkway. We don't have as big of a garden as we have had. I didn't want to crowd it up. And I just didn't want to crowd it up. So anyway, that's the garden it's in. There will be no peaches this year. We had too many late frosts. I mean, it was crazy. Even last night, it got very cold. So even though it's hot as Hades right now, it got very cold. I think that was our last cold night, though. Please let that be our last cold night. But yeah, he wanted the cabbage, and this was my herb box right here. This is my Mexican oregano. It just keeps going and going and going. It does great over winter. You don't do anything to it. I don't cover it. I'll do nothing to it, and it just keeps on going. And I'd usually take some sprigs and strip the leaves, and I dry the sprigs and then I strip the leaves and put them in a bag. And for the future, I have a Cuban oregano plant that my friend in South Carolina keeps sending me, and the first thing she sent me, I couldn't keep it alive over winter. The last one she sent me, I have had it for 2 winters now. I'm trying to let the plant get bigger before I start scavenging off of it. But that is the garden. That's what it is. And of course the compost pile over there. I wonder if we'll have butternut squash over there this year. Rogue butternut squash plants. I don't know. We'll see. I got about 40 butternut squash off that plant that grew from seed in the compost pile last year. That was unexpected, but very cool. I still have butternut squash puree in the freezer. I use it in my pancakes. I love to dump several tablespoons of butternut squash puree in my pancakes with some cinnamon and nutmeg. But that's it. So, hope you enjoy. It's kind of really bright and sunny out here today, isn't it? Yeah, super bright. I'm going to go see if I can upload this. Hopefully have it for you pretty soon. Talk to you guys later. Bye.